Alrighty then. Hey, hi, hello. Oof. We are back for another short edition of Tostky Reads Homestuck. I don't recall the exact part that we are at, but it is the end of year 2, so there you go. Let's remove disc 1. What does that do? I didn't do that yet. Oh. This 2 is missing. Because nothing ever goes right. Nothing ever just works, right? It always gotta be some dumb bullshit. Whatever. Oh, hell. Oh, no. Yeah, keep playing anyway. You have no idea what the hell this thing is, or why you need another disc. You just capture log it and proceed. There's justice to be done, and you're running out of time. Oh, are we in another soup flash? Ah. You cannot control Terezi. How can you possibly expect to play this game when you have lost the game disc? All you can do is watch what she decides to do. Okay, fine, then do it. You find a note stuck to the floor with Nepeta's claw. It appears to be addressed to you, written on a page torn from the journal of Vriska's ancestor. Her taunts are becoming increasingly flagrant. It also appears to be written in purple blood. She wouldn't dare harm sweet precious Gamzee, would she? The thought is almost more than you can bear. You are going to throw the book at her. Oh, we're gonna throw a book at her. Oh, it's a fucking trap. Oh, it's Cal and Gamzee, it seems. Terezi, wake up. You cannot wake up because you are not actually asleep. You are just taking a breather in this nice cozy pile of horrifically mutilated scalemates, which were gathered here to break your fall for some reason. You wonder where you are. This is a fancy-looking room. It doesn't look like a place you would expect to find on this meteor, at least not in any strictly canonical capacity. Ooh. Examine surroundings. This dapper kiwi-suited gentleman is quite familiar. You are almost positive he made an appearance in that very crowded dream you had recently. Where did he go? Something in this room smells funny. And fast. Climb stairs. You cannot ascend. The staircase is suffering from a catastrophic horn clog. Exit door. Oh. The door is locked. You will either need a key or to break it down with force. You would need to achieve an especially heightened state of determination to pull that off, though. You have been completely hornswoggled. This whole thing was a setup from the start, a trap deployed by a cunning mastermind. All of the clues are adding up. The blood, the note, the flagrant displays of tricksterism and japery. The identity of the puppet master behind all of this is now painfully obvious to you. Who is it? Spider Troll. Play records. Oh. Excuse me. It's quite nice. You select appropriate crime-solving music to set the right mood. With this kind of atmosphere, it is highly unlikely that any crime will stay unsolved for long. Nah. 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 Remove Midnight Crew record. No, this vaudevillian cornball nonsense will not do at all. The mood is just not right for figuring out crimes. You put the record back in its sleeve. Examine cover. Who's that? Who's this? Douche. Oh, who's this douchebag? Oh, before you can make heads or tails of who exactly this douchebag is, something rolls out of the sleeve. It appears to be a very small record. It's so small. What is such a small record doing in this great big sleeve? Oh no, is that? You got Homestuck this too. You cannot get You cannot get over how tiny this record is. It's adorable. You wonder what sort of music it plays. Play tiny record. Oh boy. Oh shit. Predictably, you scratch the surface of the disc. What were you expecting? It's almost like you don't even know what a CD is. With the disc damaged, who knows what sort of effects it will have on the data. Better store it somewhere safe to prevent any more mishaps. Capture log disc. Oh boy. It should be perfectly safe from any similar kinds of damage while secured in your scratch and sniff modus. Examine chests. You have spent way too much time calibrating the ambiance of your investigation, and not nearly enough time investigating. It is one of the most common pitfalls to being an investigator, aside from literal pitfalls which you actually fall into. There are 2 chests in this secret room. Nothing out of the ordinary. Chests are everywhere in this lab, and people find it all too tempting to sneak their personal belongings into them for safekeeping. That is until the goods are stolen shortly after by those who can't resist looting every chest they encounter, which is everybody. Maybe those ones contain clues. Open chest. You got your neophyte red glare role-playing outfit. What is this doing in here? Oh. What is this doing in here? You have not worn it since your flarping days. It is the only part of you kept. The only part of it you kept on hand was the stylish pair of glasses, which, of course, since the incident, has managed to become a regular accessory. But you cannot imagine how someone could have gotten their hands on the rest of it. Surely a crafty and resourceful criminal is at work. Spider troll, spider troll, spider troll. Wear suit. You don the garb of the legendary legislator. It brings back memories of many successful fantasy prosecutions resulting in the real executions of rival players. Those were the days. You got your Pyrospike plush. Pyrospike. Oh. Pyrospite was your Scalemate sidekick during your campaigns. He was the model of loyalty, friendship, and righteous retribution, more than could be said for another partner in justice. There's no doubt about it anymore. She's clearly baiting you into confrontation. You mean... Oh, baiting. Hug Pyrospite. Squeak. You embrace your old friend, releasing a mighty and majestic squeak. It has been too long, old friend. You vow never to let him out of your scent again. Got him! This puppet is becoming a nuisance. It appears to exhibit the same incredible puppet fastness properties which Dave's had. Must be some form of universal puppet enchantment. It couldn't possibly be the same one, because that would just be insane. Hey, where did Pyrospike go? Look up. There he is. How did he get all the way up there? He has always been quite the slippery scalawag. Maybe he was reminding you to check out the note. You almost forgot it. You almost forgot Is was up there. What with all your furious investigating, most of which has involved fooling around with records, hugging plush toys, and cosplaying as childhood heroine. Read it. Just as you thought, it's a message from Vriska summoning you to do battle. It is written in Gamzee's rich, jelly-smelling blood. It is her handwriting for sure. Her quirk is present, leaving the matter undebatable. But why the hell does she want you to bring this stupid puppet along? She's so weird. There's a journal entry on the back. It probably isn't the slightest bit relevant to the current situation, but you guess it couldn't hurt to read it anyway. Examine journal entry. I suppose I'll have to get used to writing with this hand instead. I now do so in captivity, while I bring my awe to bear on the immensity of the subjugulator's hijinks. I took their gesture as plain avowal to my prosecution's futility. With a lone neophyte assigned to the task, how could I view it otherwise? I was sure they'd drawn from the bottom of their deck, not intending to squander more competent mercenaries on one who'd make a show of outclassing them all before. But I discovered too late that Red Glare was their wild card all along. How is one allowed to be raised by a dragon in this era, let alone one of such middling blood? The sticky hue of a gutless civil servant. Those of her caste are typically pleased to mount a sluggish cholar bear, or some brainless squawking spleen fowl during petty expeditions to plaster seizure notices on gambling property. By what fluke was this woman granted such a weapon, permitting her to luxuriate in these delusions of righteousness? Something blocked the light of the unmitten moon, treating the harbor to darkness more grim than what fell this season's apogee. I made the mistake of looking into its eyes, each like a sun concentrated into a small jewel, as two hot garnets searing through a black veil. I shut mine quickly, but the more sensitive of them was burned irreparably. When I regained sight in the other, there was only red. My fleet was in flames. The neophyte was on deck. Pyrospite, she mentioned through her ridiculous forced grin. She wanted me to know the name of the beast, which was able to consume my Lucius whole. My dice were in the hold below. Not that my present luck would consent to a favorable roll anyway. I made a move for my blade. She took my arm, which I'm sure she kept as the tiniest of snacks for her ostentatious custodian. Maybe she meant to prove she wouldn't need me in irons to have my submission. Bound or free, 2, 1, or none. I wonder how well she knows it's not what I do with my arm she has to fear. I await my trial. Insert disc 2. What does it mean? Oh shit. What? We're getting meta again. So what happens if I let it load? Oh shit, that's cool. Yes, this makes complete sense. Is Vriska sitting over there writing fanfic before she dies? That's some weird shit. Some real weird shit, Vriska. Yeah, there she is, writing her fucking journal, it seems. Alrighty then. Much fanfare was made of the trial, more than I would have dared to hope. It seems my luck has been returning of late. Yep, she's writing fanfic. Also, yay, she won't get to talk to John, will she? The high bloods surely intended to make a spectacle of my conviction. They filled the court block with peasants, ravenous for the comeuppance of a blue blood. I wasn't about to deny them what they came for. It was kind of the authorities to supply me with phalanx of such impressionable spectators. The weak wills were nearly as thick in the air as the rust in their veins. Funny how my other senses seem to have peaked since exchanges glances with the dragon. Such an extraordinary specimen. Now, how I've come to covet the creature since it ruined my fleet. I know too well the whispers of a dangerous new infatuation when they beckon, but I digress. It was simple enough to nudge the hostility of the lowbloods from one aristocrat to another. The subjugulator could not have been pleased, but nor could they have been altogether unamused, I would expect. I wonder if this was part of their unfathomable game. I'll never understand their riddles. Oh, one sec. I only regret I only regret I didn't get to hear the opening statement that the neophyte had prepared against me. The case she compiled from all that evidence she burned must have been damning. I bet her remarks would have been stung worse than when she severed my arm. She certainly would have shown me greater mercy by taking the other instead. Alas, I mocked to disguise the extent of my regret. I had my escape not necessitated her demise, she would have made a lovely rival. If only she discarded her childish preoccupation with justice, we might have made a striking scourge. Had we inched blacker, we'd have torn red miles across the land and sea. Unfortunately, the miles to be found through her bureaucracy call, the only miles to be found through her bureaucratic calling were those of red tape. When so ensnared, one is eventually bound to be choked. With the court block cleared, all that remained to obstruct my freedom was his honorable tyranny himself. Upon reflection, red glare showed the foresight of a true seer in thieving my arm before the trial. It permitted a fair fight. Oh shit. Though I was free, I had no fleet. No matter. With the Gamblegans decimated, I embraced the turn in fortune and pledged to put my sea-grifting ways behind me. With any luck, the skies will be my future. Any thoughts again returned to that dragon. But first, I was in need of temporary refuge. I sought it with the expatriate. Wait, with the expatriate? Okay, sure. He owed me for the sweeps of protection I provided after his brazen defiance of the High Bloods. It was perhaps the only such courageous stand ever taken against a superior by one of his supercili... Super... Super... Oh my god. Supercilious... Supercilious pedigree. Fuck it, sure. And I'd not have bothered sticking my neck out for another. But the admiration he'd won naturally wore thin as he persistently bemoaned his treason and banishment, and I was saddened to find this habit holding strong even now. I wonder if he still believes she's worth it. She was worth it. Oh shit, it's him. Repairing my arm would go a little further in squaring his debt with me. Even if I came with both intact, I might have ripped one off and put him to the task just to halt his blubbering. Dark Lear was always a skilled machinist, and the work proved an Adequate distraction. So pacified, he listened to what I had to say about my recent travails with the law and pyrospite, and what I'd come for in truth, the treasure he'd been keeping safe for me. I cradled the white oracle in my synthetic hand, as if praising, ooh, as if appraising by, oh my god, by weight, the mystic qualities it still concealed. With my vision eightfold seared away, I was as blind to its secrets as the old doctor was to its present whereabouts. I learned to keep it cloaked from the awareness of the man who'd once called me his protege, a backhanded term of endearment from a smug manipulator. Locating his so-called dark pockets was the only gambit I had in countering his milk-tongued doublespeak. The, ex- the expatriate, for his for indiscernible reasons, seemed naturally surrounded by such a void in the doctor's awareness, and so was uniquely fit to inherit the orb. The doctor could not see his treasure, nor I into it. I considered what to do with it for a while. Should I find pyrospite by consulting with the oracle? As I'd done so often to steal fortune from my adversaries, I guessed exploiting some technological means of gazing through its surface may have been simple enough, but I hesitated. Every expendi- oh, every expendant, every ex- Every expedient granted by its counsel, though never instantly, came at a price. Knowing his nature, I'm surprised I only now recognize it as yet another instrument of his spurious benevolence, dangerous by way of selective divulgence. The sense of infallibility his oracle brought me was superficial, and in hindsight weakened my readiness. Knowing my fate so far in advance, I took Red Glare's threat lightly. The greatest mistake I have ever made was asking the orb when I would die. But as I revisited the prophecy surrounding this unfortunate query, something struck me. I thought of the man I would have as a mate sprite centuries from now, who was said to command an army of beasts, the one they called the Summoner. If my obsession with the dragon should continue to burn for so long, would he be the one to assist me in taming it? I did not have enough knowledge to ask the right questions when I had the opportunity. Were that the case, I might have asked if it would be his rare abilities of communion that would bring Pyrospite under control. Would it be on account of my influence? And if so, would I exert this influence by taking his will or by winning his heart? These are details I would have given no second thought in drawing from the orb, my curiosity a force usually too much to quell, but now I have thought of the summoner often. I have been troubled to know that as one so common-blooded, he could not he could not possibly have hatched yet, nor will he wriggle from the caverns for many sweeps. So I must have patience to take up my role in his story of heroism. It is a tale which reads to me as though lifted from a child's story. Yet I know I'd be a fool to doubt veracity entirely. He would rise through the ranks of the cavalry reapers and assume command, having proven the most skilled and fearless of them. He would exhibit a remarkable pupation, the sort only recorded in myth, growing or perhaps simply revealing a striking pair of wings. His army, thus inspired, would spearhead a major rebellion, surely one at least on the scale of the Sectarian revolt, crushed by the High Bloods, who thereafter forbade its mention or any invocation of the therefore symbol. Oh, what? The invocation of the heretical symbols at all, even in private journals, which is why I will stick to the fable of the summoner and not risk another execution with even oblique reference to the compelling tale of the sufferer. Resolution to the summoner's mutiny is foggy, as I only understand what has been related to me Oh. Related to me through the brief answers I thought to solicit. Untimely, the ire of the condescends condesces would, well, sure, would be such that in the settling dust of the conflict, she would scatter all who reached maturity to the stars to fight her wars. I presume to keep them occupied, existing in a less centralized state, from which such a coup may arise. This is still an incredible notion for me to consider, and I cannot imagine how she would come to enforce such an upheaval in our civilization, though I suppose she will have on her side the advantage of an unparalleled lifespan and the leverage extended by the hideous psychic prongs of her deep undulating monstrosity. That is, until it chooses another little witch to serve. Nevertheless, I take the prediction as truth, and find it amusing that a homeworld dominated by children will be the great summoner's legacy, one of them at least. More importantly, and less amusingly, his legacy will be my demise. You see, I first learned his name when I asked who would be the one to kill me. Oh shit, what will it say? I have never spoken nor written of him out of contempt for the prophecy, but do so here in my final entry for this journal. I took this to be a what? To be a pitiable fate, and scoured the orb for any means of escaping it, or at least to salvage a little dignity from the tale of my downfall. Alas, it had no consolation for my vanity. But as I sit here deciding what to do with the damnable little sphere, I understand my error. It was not in failing to chart a course through failure. Oh, it was not in failing to chart a course through future events to turn my fortune's tide, even so many sweeps from now. It was in believing the future was mine to know, and fortune mine to control. If this hero is meant to breathe life into my embittered heart, and if he is to earn the right to run it through, then so be it. For him, I will commit to this page my highest expectations. And for what precious uncertainty is left in my future, I renew my vigorous anticipation. The oracle I will resolve to part with. I will conceal it in a crypt bearing the sign of the expatriate, with a map to its location hidden in this journal. To whomever finds it, be wary, for the truth it tells may leave its new keeper blind as I was, though no more. Does this motherfucker just cliffhanger me? I can't control her, right? Yeah. And we're losing our shit. I should probably read this, but nah. 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 Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, there was like one murder I was responsible for. You know, Tavros, that was me, I guess. But that's it, he's the only one I killed, just the one guy. All that will happen is you'll lead him here and he'll kill us all. He will follow your sugary pixie trail with his keen canine snout. I've already seen this consequence in my mind, yeah? Fascinating, why don't you tell me about it already? Forget my pixie trail, at this rate my snoring will lead him here. Oh, I flip, heads you stay, scratch you go. Oh my god, I'm the thief of light. You really expect me to lose a coin flip? I got all the luck, remember? I did not forget. What will it be, Marquise? Oh shit. This is dumb. Just flip the fucking coin. That's a club banger right there. Well, shit's all fucked. The disc is badly damaged. You can no longer play Homestuck. Quit. You aren't quit. You will not be able to resume playing unless you can repair the scratch in the disc. You'll need to seek the service of someone who's capable of fixing the scratch. A scratch doctor, if you will. Visit doctor. Oh, fuck. You rang? That was a joke. Of course you didn't. I don't have a doorbell, remember? Oh, fuck it. Shit, fuck. Oh, what the fuck? Okie doke. Please, come in. Welcome to my apartment. I trust you'll find my voice is more. Nope, not doing it. Don't care. Oh, fuck. Now I just got green highlights in my eyes. This is gonna be fun. Welcome to my apartment. I trust you'll find my voice is more palatable against this decor. I continue to be an excellent host. I'm expecting 2 more guests later. First one, then another. Make yourself comfortable in the meantime, but don't touch the candy on the table. That's reserved for one of my guests. Let's have a look at this disc. She really did a number on it, didn't she? It's virtually unplayable like this. What a shame. There are many moments trapped on this disc which you would have no doubt found to be quite exhilarating. But yes, I can fix it. What? It will take time, though. I estimate by which I mean I'm certain by way of omniscience that when I'm done, we will have reached just shy of the green circle on the card above. I'm sure you have already presumed this mark represents the beginning of Act 6. Oh. The disc should be ready to run in time to witness the critical event, a confluence of thickly interwoven concurrent circumstances which have been meticulously arranged by myself, influenced to a much lesser extent by you, and by an even more negligible degree our heroes. The scratch will be healed in time to watch those heroes put into motion. Yes, the scratch itself. If you don't mind waiting here while I complete my repairs, I will tell the rest of the story. I will show you as well, as I recover data from the disk. But the visuals I supply will be nothing more than abbreviated snapshots, and my telling will be abridged. Immortality notwithstanding, I'm not going to live forever, you know. Alright, tick. Oh shit. And since, for once in my life, time is at a premium, let's get on with it. Where were we? Talk. Never mind, I figured it out instantly because of my unfathomable intellect, limitless knowledge, and mind-boggling charisma. Granted, my charisma had less to do with it than the other qualities, but it didn't hurt, did it? Here, I'll show you. Tick. Okay, the Seer of Mind had challenged the Thief of Light to a simple game of chance. If the result was the undamaged side, the thief would agree to stay. If not, she would go. Talk. The result of the flip was left inconclusive, at which point you decided to pay me a visit. Ooh. But the inconclusive should not be confused with the uncertain. The actual result was trivial. It was consistent across all timelines. Both the seer and the thief knew this. The thief used her ability to steal the fortune of her opponent and forced the flip to yield what she regarded as the most favorable outcome. The seer anticipated this move correctly. This is why I don't care much for gambling. While a sucker is born with each tick of the clock, a cheater is born with each talk betwixt. Also, because it is boring and I am an already a very wealthy man. The seer relayed her terms through the generally understood argot of an assassin. The result go, while at face value would suggest the thief was allowed to leave, was actually the seer's code word for the threat of death. This was obvious to everyone, including the thief. Talk. While the thief turned to fly away, making a show of claiming her prize, the seer would stab her in the back the moment her guard was dropped. This was her plan. Not a particularly clever tactic in its own right, but its ingenuity didn't dwell in the novelty of the ruse, nor even the neutralized probabilities in the game of chance. Psychology was in play. Oh, they're playing footsies. Naturally, if the thief knew this was her intent all along, she knew the seer would have understood the outcome to be rigged, and that she likely intended to kill her as a consequence of the fixed result. This was to be seen as an implicit dare to the thief to allow the flip to fall fairly, something which the seer knew the thief's ego wouldn't allow, and the seer knew the thief knew this as well. Just another pair of cheaters attempting to play their cards face up. Amateurs. Talk. Each was gambling, not with any vehicle of probability, which had been eliminated from the equation, but with each other's intentions. The thief indeed took the seer's bait, stealing the luck needed to effect the flip in defiance of her dare, and in turning to leave she posed a dare of her own to the seer, challenging her to back up with the implied threat. This was the thief's gamble. She wagered the seer would not be able to go through with it. It turned out she was right. Got him! So ends a tale of rivalry. Well, almost. There's a bit more. But in order to understand its proper conclusion, we should first catch up with another of my other proteges, from whom I'm expecting a message shortly. The other seer, the other hero of light. Talk. Tick. Talk. Round 2. Oh, this bitch crazy. Here we left our human hero of light. She flew away to take vengeance on the noir this side of the scratch. That is the one less angry and dangerous. The one not yet unmotivated by a compelling duel. Damn, these parries are on point, son. Compelling, but not particularly challenging. The seer wouldn't win this duel. My apologies if this spoils the outcome for you. I can't speak as discreetly about such matters against this canvas. I warned her. I warned my neophyte protege not to stare into that ball. Oh shit. I told her about stairs. Moving on. I'll remind you that the pacing of my account will be characterized by a reduction in granularity from what you have come to expect by way of an undamaged disc. You will imagine the remainder of the duel to be sensational, and I will continue my steady distribution of facts as if they were pieces of candy pulled from a bottomless white hemisphere. The duel ends, the seer dies, the slayer departs, the hare comes back to life. This outcome was hardly a point of suspense. Oh, fucking John, always coming back to life. It would be disingenuous of me to present it as such, and I will not belittle your intelligence with such a tawdry narrative flaw. It would be rude, and I am too well dressed for that kind of behavior. If there's truly stood some chance of permanence to the hare's corpsehood, I can hear you asking how. How could this moment later come to pass? And for that matter, what sort of story would this be with our human hero of breath made to stay a cadaver? Definitely not one the Alpha timeline would allow. And what sort of spectator would you be? If you'd forgotten the terms ruling the conditional immortality he'd won. Wait, what? He'd won with his previous similarly unceremonious impaling. He's done nothing to earn martyrdom. By which we might laud his fall as heroic, nor had he tasted notoriety. To secure a death one made pass just, and while I can't give you my assurance, I'm reasonably conceived of this much. When the hero of death dies for good, it won't be as a scoundrel, but not for lack of a devoted mentor. If I had to serve as his mentor directly, rather than as his mentor's mentor, he may have stood a fair chance of perpetrating something underhanded. At the very least, his jokes might have been better. Instead, he got her. The other hero of light, always bugging him. Bugging and fussing and meddling. What's her deal? Let's find out. I mentioned there was a bit more to her story. I believe it's time to resume it. I trust you won't mind if I step away for a moment. I have important guests arriving very soon. If you need me, I'll be up here, making sure everything's in order, which it already is, and keeping an eye, which I don't have, on the clock, which I don't need. Talk. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. And, oh shit, bonk. MLG. 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 Oh shit. 1v1. 1v1. Vriska feels like a dumbass. Apologies for my preoccupation. I've managed to pacify the rowdier of my two other guests with sugary little black dogs, so that I may continue my narration, but only briefly. In a moment I will go stand over by my typewriter and teach my neophyte protege the consequences of taking advice from strange men over the internet, while I continue to attend to my second guest, who is you, from an earlier point in the story. Remember? We met here in my apartment a little while ago. At that moment, I was busy hosting you from the future, who is you right now. But I did not mention this at the time. I would have introduced your past self to your future self and vice versa, but it is a well-known fact that past and future selves tend not to get along. A good host would never tolerate the potential for discord among guests, and as a host go, I am simply the best there is. Please do not be alarmed. Past you was just leaving. Where was I? Of course. The two heroes of light had challenged the same Jack Noir, the one straddling the scratch in about 20 hours of his own time, to a circumstantially simultaneous pair of duels. Circumstantial simultaneity is a concept more complex than its temporal analog, and oh my god, and is valuable for examining the properties of paradox space. It is the agent responsible for the major cosmic event which pre-extinction Alternians came to refer to as the Great Undoing. The same concept rules the innumerable lesser events by which this critical moment shall be catalyzed, including the break, my employer's arrival, the detonation of a very powerful bomb, and my own death. It is an abstraction weaving together the fortunes of otherwise perfectly disparate chronologies, such as those bound to a pair of distinct sessions. It is not fully comprehensible to a mortal mind, and the length I will go to explain it to you will not extend beyond this sentence, but the story will. The slayer was for the moment uncaptivated by the thief's motion for a compelling duel. This side of the scratch, he opted for a more ruthless and calculating policy of extermination. On his arrival, not about to repeat the mistakes leading to his banishment, he quickly obliterated all 12 planets, followed by Prospect and Durst to weed out those who might outsmart him in the same manner. With as little fanfare, he seized the opportunity to follow the thief's trail quickly before it dissipated and destroyed their hideout in the Vale. And now, knowing her position, he would soon return for the duel she wanted, but not without a pair of trophies. Hey, dead boys. TikTok, bitch. TikTok. Yay, look at our wonderful storybook. Again, sorry for the interruption. My conversation with the girl ran a bit long, slightly exceeding the 1 second I scheduled for it. This is where events begin to outpace my awareness. The deeper into this dark pocket we explore, the more I will be forced to speculate. I rarely have cause to rely on probability, but lucky for you, my guesses are better than anybody's. Tick, and then the talk, and then the what, and then... Okay. I always believed that a good storyteller should keep a comprehensive record of past events on hand, a scrapbook of personal significance, for instance, from which he may piece together current moments from past ones of a similar, if not identical nature. It's more efficient. It's also logical, since there's essentially nothing new in paradox space. Everything that can happen is either a visual or substantive, there you go, reproduction of something that has already transpired on a timeline, offshoot, or otherwise. And if I'm going to speculate on this duel, I might as well make use of earlier clippings. For the Slayer, this was round 1 against the Hero of Light. All I really need to do is flip it turnways and like so, and we have... Oh, that's kind of cool. Not exactly the same, though. But also, Jack's chilling. The Thief of Life would probably roll her dice. And just as probably, due to her impressive hoard of stolen fortune, she would have 100% chance of rolling her most favorable result. Ordinarily, this result would be almost impossibly probable. The odds of the roll would be 1 in, a large number. To be specific, and to be less specific, 1 in, oh, that's cool. Where y equals 8. Hee hee. That's too much. Oh god. We can't handle this. What does that even do? Holy shit, did she destroy the dimension, dog? Oh lord, what the fuck? She's only got the one arm and the sword. Oh no, she's got 2 arms. And now, oh my god. In round 2, the Slayer would not be merely compelled, but challenged, if my guess is right. Challenged by one claiming godhood before reaping the prodigious spoils from striking down a formidable endgame foe. One with the guile of a cheater, the luck of a clover, the hubris of her mentor, and the drive known only to the pathologically competitive. I believe he'd be challenged, yes. Tick. But not outmatched. As one who shares the Slayer's source of power, my projection must give him the unambiguous advantage, but even so, while I continue to not be a gambling man, that didn't stop a thing that was true or anything. That didn't stop being a thing or that was true or anything. I'm reasonably sure that if I was, I wouldn't bet against her. Moving on. Oh boy. Let's pull back from this ever-narrowing dark pocket. All this uncertainty is wearing thin, thinner than the only pair of pants in an immortal's wardrobe. I've never much enjoyed navigating the vortices of alternate plausibility. The path which alone has my absolute mastery. Oh, the path which alone has my absolute mastery is the alpha timeline. A continuum I define as that which boasts exclusive rights both to my birth and to my death. 2 circumstantial, simultaneous events. Any divergence from this path, to my knowing, will taper into blackness like... Ooh. Will taper into blackness like rotting roots. But if I was a seer, such offshoots would be fully within my domain. And if I was a seer of mine in particular, synaptic causality would be my specialty. A seer of mine would have given you a more reliable account perhaps, but then she wouldn't do many things. She would do many things I wouldn't. Tick tock, hey, little doom. What the fuck's going on? A seer would support her allies in battle, not with her weapons, but her vision. She would sift through dross of her comrades' poor tactical inclinations and examine the grim consequences. A seer would not charge into the fray headlong, but direct it as a conductor with a baton. She would have the sight to eschew the obvious gambits, and find the path to victory disguised cleverly as setback, or even imminent defeat. She would behold the fortunes of friends and foes in totality, and appraise the contrivance of luck itself. She would know its mines were not to be plundered, but simply explored and charted carefully. Talk? A true seer would know where luck is a given, and where it is absent, and most importantly, where it doesn't matter at all. And she would know victory doesn't matter in a reality where all else is doomed to fail. shit. What sort of story would this be with our knight and seer made to stay cadavers? Certainly not one the alpha timeline would allow. Oh, also, what the fuck? He's getting shot the fuck up here. Just, I don't know how to ignore that. And not one she'd allow either. Oh. Yo, what's up with stabbing people in the chest, though? Also, she's really bad at that. Also, hey, Carcat, welcome. How you doing? Oh, boy. Also, wow, dog. They all just, oof. They're all watching like a motherfucker. Oh, Jamesie's there now. I don't know how to feel no more. All of the dots, a lot of dots. Okay. All the dots, John, blah, blah, 16 million, blah, blah, blahs. Still dead, huh? Or are you too busy weeping over her corpse to pick up that headset and answer me? You can't fool me, John. I know you're not staying dead for long. And it's not just because I can clearly see you're alive in the future. You see, we're both the best there is, and therefore we have special privileges when it comes to mortality. It's hard to keep a god dead for good. We can only die under very specific circumstances. Didn't I mention? Oh my god, what is all this shit in the top that's probably something I should pay attention to but don't want to? Okay. Nothing too glorious about the way you just died, I bet. Let me guess, even after all my lessons, you allowed yourself to get sucker stabbed, right? Pretty lame. I mean, lucky for you it was lame. I guess being lame pays off. When dying a hero is what gets you killed. If our hero of breath reached God tier, he would have been completely indestructible, lol. Damn, I forgot. I'm going to stop ripping on that guy. Since he got stabbed in the chest and died. Haha, whoops. Anyway, I figure you're probably safe from a just death too, since I'm pretty sure you haven't done anything all that despicable. Yet. Oh, it stops. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Oh, I don't know for sure, but I'm betting that if I go to fight Jack, it'll wipe out all the bad things I've done. I think if I die, it'll be a hero's death, so it ought to stick. Pretty good motivation to win this fight, though, don't you think? One way or another, I think this will be my last big challenge as a gamer. As such, I'd like to pass my dice on to you. It's very important to me that they stay in good hands, John. That you continue their legacy and that of my ancestor. Oh shit, she gave him the code. 8 to the 8th. Use the code. I'm sure I can count on you to make something awesome with it. Slick, I am serious. Please stop. Still not alive yet? Man, you better hurry up. She probably doesn't have much time left. Trust me, what she's going through on Durst right now isn't much fun. Okay, I guess I should mention why I'm trying to contact you now of all times rather than just skipping ahead. Remember how we talked about your backup plan, the one you have devised to defeat Jack in the off chance I fail? Well, that's not going to work if Rose is dead, is it? You have to wake her up, breathe some life into her, do the windy thing with your lips. You know what that means. Oh, my. Gotta kiss her. Don't worry, I still can't see you, so there's no reason to be bashful or anything. And since we are a couple of professionals here who are focused on winning, we both know it doesn't it doesn't have any meaning. It's not like I would be jealous even if I can see. Why would I be? Or maybe that didn't even cross your mind. Haha, man. Why am I even talking about this? Oh my, oh my, oh my. This will not do it. This will not do at all. Hold on, what the fuck is going on up there? Sure. You know what? Okay. I just don't, it's too much. Can't handle it. Let's just forget I said that. This isn't really how I wanted this conversation to go. I guess I was assuming you'd be talking back by now. So now I'm just talking and spinning my wheel device like an idiot. Maybe I don't actually know how I wanted it to go. I guess I could just shut up and skip ahead on your timeline a little and talk to you when you're alive. That would make sense, so I guess I'll do that. But then, maybe if I did that, it wouldn't actually say what I wanted it to say, so I will just say it. Pardon me while I adjust the narrow fenestrated wall. Yeah, so there's all this shit going on over here. She's super dead though. To be honest, I'm nervous about this fight, but I'm still going through with it for a lot of reasons. To save my friends, or at least the ones who are still alive. Oh, and I guess to save reality itself from being totally fucked up. There's that too. But I think what's motivating me to win this fight the most is the possibility of getting to meet you when it's all over. Maybe I can finally put all this terrible stuff behind me, and I won't have to worry about being the best anymore, or proving what a ruthless killer I can be. Maybe I can try out whatever is supposed to be normal for a human. Who knows? It might not be as boring as it sounds. Maybe if you're not too bad thing freaked out by all the bad things I've done, or the fact that I'm an alien, we could go on a date. Aw. Risk us sliding into the DMs. Redirect the view from this impropriety. Oh, goodness. Also, what the fuck? Hate Snog and... Are they literally biting each other's... This is gross. To redirect the view from this impropriety. Oh, goodness. Don't worry, it could be a human date or whatever that entails. No weird alien stuff, I promise. Or killing, no killing or murders, or even talking about killing or murders or such. Just whatever you like to talk about and think is cool. I could even be persuaded to watch more of your absurd human films. Do you like any others which feature that rugged human with the long hair and wounded arm? You know the one, the sweaty guy with the mutilated animal and the speech impediment? Those would be tolerable to watch, I bet. Oh, there. Oh, hey, Jade's chilling and dressed in a volcano. Also, yeah, those two are creepy. And also, hey, John's getting the rose crush. Well, think it over. Before I go, I'll get in touch one more time later on when you're alive and maybe have something to say about it. Oh, yeah, sorry about your adult male guardian. I wasn't trying to be deceptive by not telling you. I decided not to because I didn't want to be the one to make you sad about it. Was that selfish of me? I don't know. You would have found out regardless, like we all did. There are things we care about that we just have to leave behind, and it just sucks for those who aren't in as much a hurry to leave it all behind as me. Wait, someone's coming. Hang on. Also, yeah, these two are fucking. They're biting it. It's fucking gross. I'm a wonderful chaperone as well as an excellent host. Shoo. Hey, they got the frogs and shit. That dress is baller. Oh god, she's wearing her RP outfit. What the hell is she up to? Man, she's got her dumb dragon doll and everything. Guess she means business this time. Damn it, I've got to go deal with this. Anyway, if you actually get around to reading any of this, thanks for listening, John. If my outrageously great luck has any say in the matter, we'll be meeting up in no time. Just please consider what I said, okay? Later. Hey. Oh, look at Jade. Just fucking being all cool and shit. No, that was just. She's fucking dead, isn't she? Stop! Oh my god, what? He just destroyed her clock. Facepalm combo 0. Oh, for crying out loud. Slick, I can tolerate many things from a guest. Curt manners, egregious womanizing, murdering the help, casual arson, even atrocious candy bowl etiquette. But it is the desecration of a priceless timepiece where I must draw the line. I'm afraid I must now insist that you take your beating quite personally. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Goddamn. Riska, wait. Oops, hold on. Hey, are you there? I did what you said, but I can't tell if it worked. Hello? You didn't fly off to fight Jack yet, did you? I hope not. Oh my god. Anyway, all that stuff you said sounds fun to me. I have hells of the Cage flicks in my library. I do not even care that you're an alien. You see, Cage is the universal constant which unites us all. Well, if you haven't flown away, I will look forward to your message in the future. It would be nice to talk about all this stuff that happened. Anyway, bye. Oh god. Hey, oh my fucking hell. This is so insanely awkward and sad. What is? Hang on. Oof. They're getting just Jesus Christ. Hey, Carcat, that was you, where's Viska? She what? Shit, I feel like an asshole for reading this whole thing. What whole thing? You mean what she wrote? Yeah, why are you snooping around her computer? Because, wow, okay, so let me ask, did you both actually like each other? I mean, something vaguely resembling an actual genuine mutual sentiment or whatever. Not some lopsided pining bullshit. What are you talking about? Did you like her, you windsock-headed shitmouth, is what I'm asking. Well, yeah, why? Okay, that's fine. Then we'll talk about it later. Talk about what? I need you to be able to think straight. We have important shit to go over, and I don't have much time. And so on. Oof. People getting uppercutted like a motherfucker. Alright, like what? Plans. What plans? Never mind that. First, get out of the fucking blackout to a place where I can see you. Leave now. I'll contact you in a while once you've landed. Landed where? Lohak. Lohak, obviously. Oh, obviously. How else do you think you're going to cause the stretch, idiot? Do you even have any clue what's going on? Wait, of course you don't. You're wearing pajamas and giggling at clouds like each one was shaped like the rudest bit of naked anatomy a human can recognize. No, I'm not. I mean, yes, I'm wearing some pretty nice pajamas, but I know lots of things, like about the tumor, which I've already recovered. Wait, I mean, the tumor. Wait, fuck, I mean, oh, screw it. You know, the big bomb and other stuff like that. I'm totally in the loop. Okay, great, awesome, now get going. So I have to cause the scratch, huh? Okay, I'm done here. Talk to you in 1 second for me. One long, windy fucking journey for you. Okay, hi. You let me down. Okay, now I just gotta, just, just. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck kind of guns does Jade have? Wow. That's some bullshit, Dave. Fucking Perry using fucking Jade. You let me down, Slick. Also, did I miss something there? Nope, he just got uppercutted into next fucking week. Okay, conversation, yeah. Let's get down to business. Aren't you going to ask me how my journey was? No, it was long and windy, but a lot of fun. I really like flying. It's so much fun. Oh, I bet. It's just the biggest fucking blast a guy can have without a pair of shame gloves secured in his two trembling fists. You haven't tried it? Every douche got to fly but me. Even the cripple. May he rest in peace, I fucking guess. Wait, is that the guy who Vriska killed? Oh god, you actually know about that? You know what? I give the fuck up trying to understand you and her. Haha, why? Egbert, goddammit, will you shut your mouth and listen? Okay, but is something wrong? What? A while ago you talked to me and it sounded like you were in danger and it sounded like people died, but you never told me what happened. Then I got distracted by a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, something is wrong, or was. A bunch of us died. The end. I don't really want to talk about it. Oh, are you sure? Yes, and not just because the clock is rapidly ticking down to something we're calling the critical moment. And no, I don't know what that is. So close your reeking question, geyser, before it asks. But I'm your friend, aren't I? Oh god. Well, John, I can't handle talking about it, okay? I just got done dealing with Gamzee and I'm feeling pretty emotional about it. So please, no. Who is Gamzee? He was my best friend. Really, I thought Terezi was your best friend. Or wait, maybe she was your girlfriend? I forgot. I think Pan. It hurts. My think pan, it hurts. It is presently threatening to make me its bitch, John. Is that what you want? Do you want your cool alien pal to become the bitch of a raw-throbbing think pan? Such is the scenario before us. Sorry, I don't mean to be noisy. I just want to know some things about your situation. I'm concerned. Gamzee was my very good friend, who was this goofy, lovable bullshit clown until he went psycho and killed some people. I liked him a lot. I don't know. I guess my best friend is really just the guy who I happen to be feeling most sentimental to at the moment. Is that a fucking crime? Heh, no. I think I know how you feel. So he killed some people, then what? It's okay, you can tell me. John, trust me, you wouldn't understand. It's a troll thing. Humans wouldn't get it. You might think I was a shithead, and I can't deal with that now on top of everything. So let's drop it. Okay, if you say so. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot. I've been dying to know since I left the battlefield. Do you know if Rose is okay? Did it work? I thought I could rely on you of all people. And they're still shooting. Fucking A. I do doof and click and boom and someone just got online on a service and oh shit, does Rose become a good? Is Rose the god now? She's fine. She woke up alive on Durst. Really? That's the rule, John. You kiss a dead player in time and their dream self takes over, assuming they still have one. Oh, wow. It's incredible. You reach God status without even understanding the more mundane means of resurrection available. Wait, your unfailing cluelessness makes it the opposite of incredible. My mistake. So I guess it would not have worked on my dad then, or Rose's mom. No, but that is exactly what I wanted to picture happening behind the black curtain, John. You snogging up your dad-hatted Lucis man. Thank you for that mental image. Or Rose's adult woman Lucis. Maybe a dead woman sweeps your senior. Maybe a dead woman sweeps your senior is more your cup of sauce. Since apparently you're not a homosexual, whatever that even means, not even to speak of your race's absurd qualms with the notion of incest, which again, still sort of wondering how that can even be a thing. Is that your game, Egbert? Have you had your eye on Madame Lalonde? And you've been waiting for a convenient resurrection opportunity to bust out your most passionate smooch motifs kept in reserve? And in front of her dead female offspring, no less? Just shameful. Well, she is a very pretty lady, but that seems like a really inappropriate thing to think about, Carcat. You don't say. What are we even talking about anymore? I don't know. I'm frankly pretty upset about finding them dead in the magic castle, and I guess I was wondering aloud if something could have been done, or at least maybe to talk about it without angry tirades being involved. Exactly, you are embarking down tragedy lane and we've got to stomp that garbage out. We can't have you getting all morose while we've got so many irons in the fire. Loaded phrase, forget I said that. Just clam your shit up and forget your stupid guardian, like I did, with my dear crab monster custodian, who I adored in no way whatsoever. You were being a douche. Wait, what am I saying? You're always a douche. Yes, thank you. Your dad was a crab monster? Shut the fuck up. We are talking about something important. Rose, remember? Yes. She's waiting on Durst for your bomb to be delivered. It'll arrive safely a little later. Oh, great. How do you know it gets there? Jade told me. To do what you do best. Oh, shit. That's some fun. Do what you do best. Deadly firearms. They've got riddled in bullets. Jade, from further ahead on your timeline, before my piece of shit clown bro made everything terrible here, she and I were hammering out these plans. I talked to her across pretty much the full spread of her timeline until the stretch starts and the feed cuts out. So I have a sense of the whole picture here, and it's now my job to put some things into motion. That's cool. It's nice to hear you're working together. I should pester Jade and see what she's up to. You should sit your ass tight and do what the fuck I tell you the fuck to fucking do. Oh. Anyway, she and Dave do a lot of frog breeding, accelerating the process significantly by exploiting time travel, and with help from me and Kanye, since we were in charge of frog duties in our session. Frog duties? Wait, which one is Kanye again? Don't interrupt, I'm following a train of thought. Okay, Kanye is my other best friend. She was the hero of space, like Jade, which means she's the stoker of the forge and basically in charge of frogs, which sounds retarded, I know. You breed the right frog and to make the universe you want to make, which is a long, arduous process. And I kind of fucked it up in my game, but that's a whole other story which I will get to later. Wow, okay. She and Dave ran into Jack, which I'm sure he must have saw coming because I never seen anyone exploit time travel so shamelessly as him. Not even Aradia. Aradia, just another dead troll. Who cares? Stop frowning. She was already dead before she died. So she and Dave fought with him a while, and long story short, she died. What? But it's fine, I guess. That was his plan, like some bizarre, useless last stand. Even if he didn't tell Jade, who was who was pretty freaked out until I talked her through it. Did she kiss him too? You're not supposed to kiss her, Mr. Noir. You're supposed to kill her. Oh, oh boy, that's great. That's fun. Yeah, right there. While Jack watched like a fucking creep. But it worked. Oh my god, Carcat. It is like your shitty ship engraved is coming true before our very eyes. Haha, remember when you made that ugly thing? Who gives a fuck about shipping or my ludicrous stranglehold over all topics concerning romance? I'm still talking. He woke up alive on Durst and met with Rose. That was the end of the line for Alpha Dave. To my knowledge, he doesn't time travel after that. And he and Rose stay on Durst waiting for the bomb until you start to scratch. But I can't see either of them because of the blackout lingering around Rose for whatever reason. Nobody knows what's up with that. Regardless, his job is to pilot a course through the ring to find the sun. When he does, either he or Rose will deliver the bomb. I don't know which. Now leave and never darken my door again. Oh, risk of shit is fucked. Alright. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on here at once, and, yeah. But now they don't have dream cells left. Whoever goes will be risking their lives for good, won't they? That would be the logical extension of those facts. Yes, this is unacceptable. Couldn't I do it? I'm apparently immortal because of this god tier business. So the bomb probably would not kill me. Okay, but don't you think there's a remote possibility that going on a suicide mission to save all of reality would count as a heroic death? Maybe I could try to be not all that brave while I do it. You asshole, of course you'd have to be brave. That tends to be what happens when you do something really fucking courageous. Yeah, but I just don't want to lose anybody else is all. That's just how it works. I've lost friends for way more pointless reasons. You're all out of options here. You'd be risking death just as much as they would, and they're better qualified to handle the mission as the and they're better qualified to handle the mission as the Durst Dreamers. Jade's dream self is dead too, so she's out. Or to be more specific, her dream self is an overly emotional dog who went off whimpering somewhere. I'm pretty sure she'll be completely useless. Oh yeah, she mentioned something about that. She said she prototyped her dream self. What happened with that? She doesn't like to talk about it. Kind of a sore subject. Why? She thinks she's selfish and completely hysterical, and I guess hates the part of herself she represents. But I mean, the thing is, she spent a long time being dead and moving on. It's not like you can just bring somebody back and expect them to give a shit about all the stuff you think is important. I've tried to tell her that her sprite self is probably nowhere near as despicable as she's making herself out to be. I mean, making out with herself to be. I mean, making herself out to be. You know what I mean. Look, I'm just saying, we've all got flaws, even her. And for all the shit she's given me on the very subject, she keeps herself dangling from the very high hook. Oh, hey, Wildcard, how you doing? Yeah, my live streams are an oddity. They appear and they come and they go. But glad you can make it. Look, I'm just saying, we've all got flaws, even her. And for all the shit she's given me on this very subject, she keeps herself dangling from a very high hook. She'd be doing me a major personal solid by making at least some attempt to get herself off. Wait, fuck, what did I just say? Wow, I meant let herself off. The hook, the fucking hook, it's a figure of goddamn speech. Slash raises eyebrow. Put those the back down before my hot acid rage breath burns them off your idiotic face. Okay, I'm putting them back down as not suggestively as possible. What were we even talking about? It wasn't this. whatever this is. What this is? It's nothing, you shit. It has been the conversational equivalent of us whistling through our snort barrels while touching each other inappropriately. Was that another weird erotic slip of the tongue? No, that was me being worked up into this ridiculous fucking conniption and saying something inflammatory. God, how does that not be clear by now? Okay, well, what I'm getting from this, aside from the possibility that Jade may or may not have kissed Dog Jade at some point, is that neither of them will be able to help with the bomb plan. That's exactly right. The prodigy used his puzzle sponge today. Besides, Jade is responsible for other important parts of the plan. For one thing, you'll have to wait for her to send you the code for the quills. You can't scratch the mesa without them. She's got them. She got them from her denizen, or will later on her timeline. Now that she lit the forge and woke up the monster. Aren't those the really tough to kill guys? Yeah. Did she kill him? Hell if I know. Her explanation of the entire encounter boiled down to, and I quote, shenanigans. Oh, okay. Limed for infuriatingly vague. Huh. Night. I mean, missed about an hour and a half, and I'm probably gonna go for another half hour. So you missed quite a bit, but not really. Anyway, if she gives that to you, then she has to go through with the rest of the plan, which is making sure you all survive after the scratch, minus one of those Durst streamers, of course. The plan revolves around some really baffling hand-wavy mumbo-jumbo which I don't really understand, but she told me to trust her about it because the info comes from a reliable informant. Whitened for smug tool. It involves something to do with a yellow lawn ring, which isn't the human word for it. It's just your word is so dumb I feel dumb saying it. Word for what? I guess your entire escape plan somehow pivots critically around an unwatered piece of residential property? It doesn't matter what it means. Jade said she has this figured out, and I don't have time to do much but trust her. The point is, she's all booked up, and all too mortal, so she won't be delivering the bomb, and neither will you. Okay, well, what about this? Since she's mortal, and I'm not, sort of, and I don't need to do the scratch for a while, can I go help her? Maybe she could use some protection. Maybe that is what Dave was just trying to do when he temporarily died. Remember, Jack is still on the loose. He has killed Rose and Dave once, and me twice. No, 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 no. Sweet bleeding Gigas Egbert, you keep bragging about your immortality, then brainlessly announce plans to go off and do something heroic. You're going to have the shortest lifespan of any immortal in history. Sorry. Besides, it's a total non-issue. Jack wouldn't hesitate to stab you again, but he won't hurt Jade for some reason. If anything, you could use her for protection. Really? I never noticed when looking through her timeline earlier. It wasn't until I was talking to her in those time frames and she told me. He just keeps following her around. I can see him off in the distance in some frames, just lurking there, shadowing her movement. It's incredibly disturbing. He lingers around her until the scratch begins, and I lose the feed, never once doing anything threatening. She says she thinks it's because Jack inherited loyalty of her Lucius. If she's right, I guess her Lucius really did offer her the most protection possible by prototyping itself, albeit by dooming us all, the idiot. Aw, that's actually kinda cute. Sadly, he holds no such loyalty to any of us here. He regards us all as ripe for the repeated skewering. Oh, fuck. Maybe we should have all just dressed like Jade. I can't believe this stroke of genius only occurred to me now. I don't think he would be fooled. Dogs have a pretty good sense of smell. It was a motherfucking joke. Also, yeah, it's all. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Well, you look at this mess. Oof, actually. Yeah, there's the dream, some stuff, shipping chart. Yeah, okay. Wait, what was that? Yeah, okay, sure. If anything, it doesn't matter anymore. If we can ride this out for a little longer until the critical moment and Dave slash Rose can destroy the sun, Jack shouldn't be a threat. Conveniently, if they're successful, that will signal the beginning of our own escape plan. What is your plan? Apparently, the explosion will be so huge it will be visible at great distances throughout the furthest ring, even from different sessions like yours and ours. You won't get to see it because by then your session would be wiped out by the scratch. But we will. The plan is to use it as a beacon and travel there as a rendezvous point. Rendezvous with who? We've got people there. That's what Jade tells me. Jade knows so many things lately. What is even her deal? Well, if I know, this is basically dream intelligence. Every time she Every time she goes to sleep, she has more to ramble about. She says I should go to sleep to find out, but I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to be napping between making all these plans and getting ooh, persecuted by this demented honking asshole? So yeah, we'll meet in the aftermath of the explosion with our people on the inside, or I guess I should say outside. I don't think they can come with us though. Come with you where? Who are they? Dead people. As for where, it's not like we're going to stick around there forever. That would probably be depressing since we're not fucking ghosts. The scratch will reboot your session, the whole universe actually. So somewhere in this dreadful abyss, that new session will start up in its own insifosphere from scratch. Look at that, another pun because of you. Another pun because of using that fucking word every other sentence. Kill me now. But that from scratch effing lol session is what you're shooting for to survive. The idea is for you all to preserve yourself by escaping there. Through the lawn ring. Yes. Once you're there, you'll help us find our way there too, and then we can all finally figure out what the fuck to do with the rest of our lives. Oh, so then this is how we're supposed to meet. This is kind of exciting. Yeah, I guess, if enough of us are alive by then to meet. So I guess you're not worried about it turning into a huge sloppy makeout fest anymore. Right. Haha. John, you and Vriska better keep your hands to yourselves, or everyone's gonna be really uncomfortable. No interspecies funny business. Is that clear? Blarg, I'm convincingly. Whoa! Almost ruined the keyboard. I'm convincingly flipping my lid about this, waving my arms around a lot and making all my best yelling faces. Wow, look at that. It's time to change the subject again. Huh? Poof, subject changed. If it works and you wind up in the new session, that's why it'll be important to make sure one of the Durst streamers stay with you, so they can guide us there from the ring. Won't there be other players in the new session? Like alternate universe versions of ourselves or such? Probably, but those chumps won't know anything about us or all our plans. Why would they? Yeah, it's just kind of a weird thought. So out of everything we just talked about, this is the thing that has you tripping globes, whatever you say. But I guess it's sort of comforting too. If Rose or Dave have to go off and die, at least I get to see them in a way again. Even if it will only be alternate universe John to them. Maybe my dad will be alive in that session too. Or maybe before you get excited about that, you've got to make sure you get there first, which means you have to do what I say and stick to the plan. You need to focus on getting ready to start the scratch. The game doesn't make a hard reset that easy to pull off. Once you initiate it, the game throws everything it's got at you, which is one reason why you're the best guy for the job, because of your superpowers and silly wind bullshit. Okay, I'll do my best. What should I do right now? Get prepared. Make all the equipment you think you'll need. Stay out of trouble. Wait for Jade to send that code. Wait for me to contact you for the first time. And do your best to humor him while he ignorantly attempts to flame you back into the puddle of slime you crawled out of. Please. Oh man, our first conversation ever. I can't wait. Yeah, but can I just say something in my defense before that happens? I don't actually hate you, and I never did. I was deluding myself. Deep down, I'm sure I was always pretty okay with you. Thanks, Carcat. It wasn't a fucking compliment. This scrapbook is now in hopeless disarray. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy. Wait, hold. Hold on, hold on. Oh, fuck. Hold on. What do I don't even know. I don't even know what to do. What if I... Oh, my... I'm gonna be right back. Just give me a moment here, and then I'm gonna try to make sense of all of this. Alright, so let's start over here. Nope, there's no way. Just sure. We're gonna... Jaspers, I guess I should say farewell to you now. Why, Napita? Because it's the end of your timeline and I don't know what happens to you after this. I mean, happens to you after this. Hee, that one was kind of obtuse, sorry. What's a timeline? That's a hard question. Okay, imagine a long, tempting strand of yarn. Yes, oh yes, so great. Now imagine instead of being made of wiggly, enticing stuff, it's made of what lets you exist. Ooh, excuse me. And you're right at the twitching tip of it, don't you see? Look at the sky. Meow, yes, I see the sky and can tell that indeed something is going on. But aside from that, I don't really understand what you said, being a cat and all. That's fine, you don't have to try too hard. All you have to know is that it's the scratch, and I'm not 100% sure what happens next for you. Purr, I still think it's nice how you slip cat things in the things you say. You're so clever and wonderful, Napita. He. What's the scratch? Well, you know Rose's friend John? Yes, of course. Imagine that he is using this great big circle like a really fun scratching post, and it makes all this light come out that changes everything. Just after he starts doing that, the sky goes funny everywhere, and then I can't see you anymore. Yes, that's what it is. I think I understand that completely. I'm a bit nervous for you, especially since you remind me so much of someone I already lost. But maybe you'll be okay. I don't know. I'm not worried, Napita, so you shouldn't either. It's not as if I've never died before. You are a brave kitty, just like Pounce was. Pounce was a cat like me. Yes, she was amazing. I bet you and she would have gotten along famously. Oh, I bet you're right. Was she nice to sniff? Yes, she smelled really good, and also she was super beautiful. Wow. Did you ever have someone nice back on Earth who loved you? Rose. I loved Rose. Oh, who you loved. Of course you did. I mean a nice cat who was your mate sprite. There was a time I remember thinking about girl cats a lot for some reason. I would saunter around the house making all these big meows and looking out the window with my nose touching the glass. But then Rose's mom took me to this place where I was scared to be for a while, and then when I was at home again, I didn't do the meows anymore. I guess I didn't think about the girl cats after that, which is just as well because none ever came to the windows, really. Not even when I did my biggest meows. That's too bad. But I bet a lot of girl cats would have loved to be with you. If only you had been if only there'd been some around to hear your lovely meows. You're really nice to say so, Nupito. What about you, though? Me? Yes. Well, I've never told anybody this, not even my Moirail. Heh. Actually, he's the last guy I might tell. He wouldn't be so approve. Oh my god. Approve. Oh, he so wouldn't approve. Okay, there we go. That makes a lot more sense. But yes, I liked somebody for quite some time, but alas, he doesn't know it. Well, what don't you tell him? Maybe you can win his affection by rubbing your cheek against him. That's what I'd do. Oh, no, 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 I'm too shy even for that, and he's so adorably grumpy all the time, it wouldn't go over well. It's hard to explain, but maybe cats think differently, but trolls tend to be pretty cautious when expressing their feelings. When it comes to the flushed quadrant. Oh yeah, Rose's mom totally got Jasper neutered. Or would it be spayed? I don't know the difference between the two. But, what's a quadrant? It is, okay, it has romantic applications, but it is also something more general than that. A quadrant is, how do I say this? A quadrant is a thing in a group of things that consists of four similar things. Like pause, exactly like pause. I see. That's really easy to get. I think you should tell him that you like him. You might not get the chance if you don't. For instance, I think instead of meowing at windows, I should have just scurried out a door before it could close. Then I might have found a girl cat to sniff. Oh well. I know, but it's just not that simple. I could make someone else jealous, I think. And what if he doesn't feel the same way? And it's so complicated. Maybe I just need to let go of this silly infatuation. I think it's never going to happen, honestly. You shouldn't lose hope. I have another story that might give you hope, even though it should be noted again that I'm only a cat. Oh? Yes, one time I was with Rose, and I was sitting there dressed up in my suit with her as happy as can be. Then she disappeared. The whole place disappeared, and I was in another place. There was no Rose. There was someone else. I guess I loved her too in time, but never as much as Rose. It just wasn't the same. I kept waiting to see Rose again, but never did. And finally I lost hope that I would, and then I died. But then I became alive again, and I got to see her, and I was so happy. Purr, 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 purr. That's my story, and that's why I think there's always hope, even if you die. So you're saying that maybe I'll have to die to get to be with him? Yes, maybe. I hope that's not the case, but I guess you just have a different way of looking at things. Thanks for the advice, Jasper. Or Jaspers. Purr. Okay, it brings us back. Great. Hey, let's go with Wolfie. Wolfie Jade is... Oh, no. Dave? Oh, it's Dave Sprite. Hey. Oh, shit. It's Dave Sprite and Jade Sprite. And then it's Dave's house. Oh, it's past Dave? Here's one for you. It's a Whopper. Are you ready? For what? This huge fucking Whopper I'm about to just say. You mean a canard of oh my god. Of behemoths embellishment. What? Or was your resolve finally dismantled by the siren song of all that flame-broiled beef? No, no. Okay, first, do you even have Burger Kings out in the fucking woods? Why do you reference things that obviously aren't in the woods like terrible burgers? I'll limit my establishments of references to lumber mills and sugar shanties from now on. Also, there's a Burger King less than 40 minutes from my house. I won't let this stand in the way of the new policy, though. Okay, whatever. I'm talking about a dream I just had. I mean, it was a doozy, like psychologically speaking. Doozy is a slightly dumber word than Whopper. Certainly less delicious. It was absurdly heavy-handed. My subconscious was really slathering it on, like whatever tangy sludge the king himself squirts on his bargain patties. It's possible that I dreamt it, ironically, I don't know. I figured you'd be interested in hearing about it. It's every bit as thick and juicy as half a pound of sizzling grade A premium. This is stupid. We've got to get burgers out of this conversation. Are you busy? Yes. Cool, listen. I thought you didn't want me to analyze your dreams anymore. No, but this one is too good. This one is too good to not put under the microscope with your whole precautious psychotherapy shtick. It's almost laughably symbolic of all my mental problems, assuming I actually have those. It's grotesquely pregnant with meaning, all gestating at least 8 gooey octuplets thrashing around in an undulating belly full of mind slime. Maybe you can start by evaluating that troubling metaphor. No, look, I just want your professional take on how many things in my dreams symbolize dicks. We've already established that all of your dreams are packed with enough homoerotic symbolism to lift Freudian theory from the ashes of discreditation. Yeah, that's a given, but I didn't even dream about puppets this time. Are you serious? I'm clearing my schedule. This is a major breakthrough. I know it was so much more relaxing and enjoyable. It was about me dying repeatedly. Oh boy. Go on. I was in this dark place surrounded by this big flock of crows. God, this is so generically morbid. I'm sorry in advance for exposing you to my unconscious mind's retard cliches. It's okay. They wouldn't be cliches if they didn't comprise the unanimously understood bedrock of phallic symbolism, with no other viable interpretation. Well, obviously, I knew the birds were just black screaming sky dogs. Just hear me out. I kept dying. There kept being all these traps, like I would go one way and get my head chopped off, or go another way and get stabbed or whatever, and every time I died, the dream reset itself, and I was standing there alive and ready to try to escape again. But each time I would be watching myself from the vantage point of a different crow, like I was the crow all squawking around in circles like a macabre flapping douche. And I would always watch myself try to do something different to dodge the trap, but I always ended up dead. Well, if I learned anything from my extensive skimming over the Wikipedia articles on dream analysis, it's that this dream is very unlikely to have any literal significance whatsoever. It's probably not about dying at all. You mean maybe it's about anxiety over maintaining my blogs, or that my beats might not be ill? Yes, in fact, if you were on my couch, that would have been my next question. As a licensed professional, Mr. Strider, have you considered that what you actually dread is to have your urban rhymes exposed for what they truly are, which is, clinically speaking, just shy of the bomb? And then we crack up laughing because we both know they're fresher than your mom's change of drawers and tighter than when she's wearing them. Oh God. Listening to you conjure imagery of my mother in her underpants is definitely keeping us buoyed high above the swirling Freudian hellhole. Well done. Please, it's not like she's my mom. I can visualize her choice ass all I want without it getting much more than moderately uncomfortable for everyone involved. Am I going blind? Or, oh no, it's my monitor, okay. There's like a gradient effect on Dave's text, and it's really, really just messing with me. What if you're wrong? About what? Her not being your mother. Don't worry, you're probably safe. Luckily, I can think of no literary or historical precedent for that sort of folly whatsoever. I mean, slime? Should ask the ectobiologist, but whatever. This isn't the first time you've insinuated we're related. What is up with that, isn't it? No, I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like you've brought it up before, which is kind of weird, but now I don't know. I think I'm getting this weird deja vu thing where I was sure we talked about this. Forget it. Why don't you tell me more about your dream? Okay, so I kept dying and kept being crows and stuff. And then I started to notice something coming from the sky. There was this faint, eerie singing, and I look up and there's nothing there, just darkness. That's interesting. I've read about this. What did you read? Certain texts say singing from the unknowable void carries a message, that its recipient has been selected for a mission of supreme cosmic importance that will result in your death and that of billions more, but one that is essential to the to the perpetuation of existence itself. With what the fuck sort of crackpot psychology text would say something like that? It's not from a psychology text. So you're consulting astrology books now. Not astrology, more like zoology. Oh my fucking god, will you put that away? Okay, keep describing the dream though. Oh, my phone just went off, and I'm now being horribly reminded that an alarm may or may not go off in a few moments, and I should really check to make sure. Actually, to be completely honest, I'm amazed that the alarm has not gone off so far. Okay, however, keep describing the dream though. If the rest of it is incompatible with prognoses of the zoologically dubious, I will withdraw my insinuation. There's not even much more to it. I looked up into the sky, didn't see anyone singing, but even though the sky was black, I could see the sun. It was bright as hell, even through my shades. So I flapped my wings and flew up away to it like a fucking piece of garbage. This doesn't strike you as an impulse of self-destruction? No, not in the sense that it was a dark sacrificial zoology mission. It was more like somewhere to go besides watching myself die a lot from the vantage point of a feathery murder of dumb shitty birds. So if hypothetically you were to accept such a mission or even insist upon one, it wouldn't be in the spirit of genuine sacrifice but of escape. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, something's wrong. This whole conversation is falling apart. This isn't how it originally went at all. Ah, we're making good progress too. Why did you have to go and remember? Oh wait, we were making good progress too. Why did you have to go and remember? This happened months ago. Does this mean I'm dead? Oh shit. It's the dream bubble. What do you think? Stop it. This is so sick. You're using the dream bubble bullshit to pick apart my psyche. Am I dead or asleep? If you're starting to remember, you should be able to tell me. God damn it. Maybe I'm just as confused as you about it. You're right. Am I dead or asleep, Dave? I don't know. Try to remember. Well then. To John we go. Hi, John Human. Ugh. Excuse me, alien time troll, but I'm trying to wrap a present. Really, you all have the worst timing. Yes, I can see that. 2 ugly garnets. And seeds for some kind of strange earth vegetable. Oof. Pretty lame present, John. Nope. Not going to ask how you know my name or what I'm sending. Don't care. And one of these ugly garments is for me. Also, it's not ugly. It's awesome. Not as awesome as something you will be wearing later, thanks to me. Uh-oh, my mouse button is hovering dangerously close to the block button. It always does that when I talk to trolls. It's the dangest thing. Calm down. I just thought I would foreshadow my existence to you at this quaint moment on your timeline. It is way too tempting not to let you know I have taken great care to become a very important feature of your life, or for that matter, to let you know that I will be giving you a present so much better than the useless crap you're shoving in that box. I will be giving you the gift of immortality. Oh, sweet, that has been on my wish list, ranking just below a mint condition Little Monsters poster starring Hollywood superstars Howie Mandel. Isn't he Canadian? Can I expect it to arrive on my next birthday? Yes, as a matter of fact. Nice guess. It will come at a cost, though. The Mandel poster or immortality? The latter, jackass. In order for you to claim it, you'll have to be quite gullible and allow me to arrange your murder. I see. Here is where all the sick trolling begins. You can keep your present. I am not interested. But you will be. You will happily go along with everything I tell you to do. And then, once I've completely earned your trust, I will kill you, John. Sigh. The other troll I talked to was way better, if a tad grumpy. At least she was down with talking about cool movies, sort of. But this is all true. I've seen it already. You have no idea how delicious the dramatic irony is right now. You will die. I will lead you into a trap and watch you bleed to death on a big stone slab, with a sword stuck in your chest. There is nothing you can do about it. In fact, it has already happened. It's nice. That's nice. Now scram, troll. I'll leave you alone soon enough. I was just feeling pretty pleased with myself about all the brilliant plans I made for you and your friends. Stopping by in your past to mess with your head is really just a courtesy, because I like to think we're pretty good friends by the time I get around to killing you. Okay, you got me. My feathers are all ruffled, and I can no longer tell my ass apart from a big orange earth vegetable. Now, can you leave me alone? I guess so, but my inevitable grisly murder of you notwithstanding, you're a pretty fun guy to hassle. It'll be difficult sparing you from the privilege of my company until your game begins. That is basically the worst pickup line I've ever heard. Please, John, as if there is any conceivable consequence of events which could lead me to consider you as a viable romantic partner in any quadrant, even the pale ones. Blurp derp blah. More plausible alien sounding things. Weren't you leaving? Yes. Okay then. I mean, I was going to, but now I guess I'm not. Oh, why? Because this isn't really happening. It isn't? It did once. But now it's just a memory. I guess I must be dead. Okay, is this conversation over? Can I keep packing my present? The conversation as it went on before is already over. I said goodbye and you blocked me. Don't you remember? Well, I was going to block you, but then I didn't for some reason. Exactly, because we've already been through this. You're either asleep or dead like me. Man, I can't believe I let her trick me like that. Such an amateur mistake. I guess I'm feeling something like deja vu, maybe. I still don't think I believe you, though. Hey, do you have any recollection of the last message I sent you before I died? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I figured, just as well. I made some pretty embarrassing confessions to you. I guess I'm getting what I asked for in a way, even though it's not what I pictured. What did you ask for? I asked you if you wanted to, hang out. Was this after you killed me and gave me immortality? Yes, so what do you say? Or what do you think you might have said? About what? You mean hanging out? Yeah. Oh god, this is so ridiculous. You're just a crazy troll on the internet, and I need to get back to packing up this present for my friend. We are not going to hang out, I'm sorry. John, there is no present. You're not in your hive, and you don't have anything to send. She received it a long time ago. None of this matters anymore. If you don't believe me, you're free to look out your window. What will that accomplish? It might help you remember. And you'll be able to see me if you want. Oh boy. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy. Oh boy. Oh boy, the ship's going. It's going well. Oh no, Liv. Do something. He's stealing the bomb. Feel free. Oh boy. Shit's going down on that thing too. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. Hey, fix the book. Yeah, I kind of want to go here because this is seeming real. Oof. So it seems that you are in fact an alien with horns and everything, huh? Yes, John, horns and all. That totally proves I'm an alien beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, what do you make of these blank white eyes of mine? What do you think that could mean, I don't know. Aliens usually have big spooky eyes, don't they? Humans have literally the dumbest extraterrestrial lore. Weren't they supposed to be aliens on one of your posters? Or weren't those supposed to be aliens on one of your posters? Oh, no. You mean Mac and Me? Even I can admit that movie was indefensible. Well, if you want to know, normally we have bright orange eyes with gray irises. They fill in with our blood pigment as we get older. Also, normally I have this one goofy eye with 7 pupils because I'm kind of a weirdo. But I guess that's gone now that I'm dead. Not that you believe me, because you just refuse to remember anything. I can accept that you are an alien, but come on, meeting an alien who is also a ghost in my front yard is a bit too much to believe. It's almost too awesome. So you don't remember anything about the game at all then? The destruction of your planet, bringing your ancestor back to life as a clown woman, putting a huge flaming ocean out on your magical wind? Or putting a huge flaming ocean out with your magical wind. Jack Noir dying, resurrecting, possibly dying again. Is any of this tickling your sponge? Nope. Sounds cool though. Fuck, I cannot believe how cold it is on this planet. How can any species be how can any species possibly be able to survive somewhere like this? Yeah, I thought you looked pretty cold out here, so I brought you this jacket. Which she's dragging in the cold, you fucking shit kid Egbert. God damn it! Can't do a damn thing right. Also, that's a cool jacket, but like, fucking Egbert. Oh, okay. Hey, your clothes switched suddenly. Was that some kind of alien wardrobe warpifying technology? Such as a warp drobe, if you will? Sure, John, let's just say that's what it was. You look pretty cool in more normal clothes. Not that your space boots and pixie outfit weren't neat. Thanks. So this is how humans begin on Earth. Oh, an Earth Day, with simple acts of flattery and kindness. I don't know about that really. It just seemed like the nice thing to do. Is this a date? No, I've decided this will definitely not be a date. Not until you remember something at least. Okay, that's probably for the best. I would probably be pretty nervous on a date with a normal girl, let alone on a date with an alien space ghost. Now that you mention it, me too, probably. Your goofy awkwardness is a bit contagious, frankly. So now what do we do? Well, I guess since I'm presuming you're new to the planet, I could show you around the place. This is my green slime ghost pogo ride in all its glory. In my childhood, it was hours of fun and hundreds of painful injuries. Hey, this thing isn't slimy at all. What the hell? Nope. I've noticed humans don't seem to keep any slime around the hive. And yet you're strangely cavalier about your open display of certain receptacles. What's the deal with that? Is it that you're just that ashamed of your secretions as a species? Not really. Humans just don't really have much use for slime, I guess. Honestly, I can't think of a single practical use for slime other than to be gross. So bizarre. Anyway, this thing's kind of a death trap. I haven't ridden it for years. I think my dad had it installed as one of his ridiculous ways of making a man out of me. Sure, my custodian had her ways of making me tough too. Yeah, parents, right? Haha. Anyway, that's my backyard. Pretty damn boring. Sorry. I would show you inside, but I don't think my dad would take too kindly to bringing an alien inside. Or just yet. I'd need to brace him for it. That's fine. What else can you show me? I could show you around my neighborhood if you want. Sounds great. Oh boy. These are my neighbors, who live in a lot of same looking houses as mine. I never see them. I think they're all really busy people with a lot of serious business to attend to. Hey, look, the snow's melted over here. It's really warm suddenly. Weird. Does your planet usually have these kind of temperature swings? No, this is pretty unusual December weather. Guess I'll take my coat off. I can take yours back if you want. No thanks. I think I'll keep it on. There's not really much to see in this town, but there are these lakes. This lake here did not used to be a lake. A long time ago, before I was born, there was a factory here. My dad said there was a huge explosion. He was walking by with my Nana when he saw it. Then a little later my Nana died. My dad never told me how, except that it involved a big joke book. I never knew her, which is too bad. She sounded nice. I know what happened. I saw it. You did? Yes. Do you want to know? It might jostle your memory. I believe this lake is where Jade landed. You landed a little ways over there, about where your hive is now. You clobbered your Nana to death with the aforementioned joke book, but it wasn't your fault. You were both just little wrigglers, riding meteors from the future. You created yourself, your Nana, Jade, and your grandpa, not to mention Dave and Rose and their guardians, all in a lab-using paradox slime, and sent them back in time as the silly grubs with arms and legs you call babies. And here you were doubting the usefulness of slime. Wow, really? Yes, absolutely. I paid close attention to all this because I thought it might give me some clues about us and our ancestors, who were made the same way. Any of this familiar? Hmm, that all sounds incredible if true, but I don't even have the foggiest memory of that happening. Yeah, I figured as much. Since you seemed bent on staying in your dream bubble coma, why don't I continue the tour? The tour of Earth? Sort of. What's happening? We're going on an adventure. Where? Through your memories. Through mine too. This would be a really fun thing to do on a date, I think. If we actually were on a date, which we're not. How is this happening? Is this through the advanced alien technologies, like holograms or teleportations? If that's what you want to think to keep you comfy in your stupor, sure. Where are we? This is my home planet before it was destroyed. It's called Alternia. Oh, cool. And what was that over there? That is my hive, which is a thing that you refer to as a house. It's where I grew up. It's a castle. No shit. It's big and foreboding and obstentious. just the way I wanted it. As a blue blood, I was entitled to build such a home, something to set me far apart from the commoners. You built it? Of course not. Robots built it for me when I was very young. I was allowed to dictate instructions, expected to, in fact. Oh gosh, so rad. Really? I still find it interesting what sort of mundane facts humans tend to be impressed by. Anyway, my design kind of got boring as I got older. A huge castle hive sounds great, but it starts feeling pretty cavernous and lonely after a while. There were so many blocks I never even used. Your taste changed, but you get stuck with growing up in a place suited to your earliest, most juvenile inclinations. Nobody tells you that when you're a kid, though. I think I know what you mean. I feel like a long time ago, I might have given my dad the impression I really like clowns. But now there are clowns everywhere. His stupid collection just keeps growing and growing, and it drives me crazy. John, that barely comparable example is so cute, I don't even know what to say. That's a big spider. This was my custodian. She was hurt in an accident. I killed her myself to put her out of her misery. Holy shit, look at these glittering space riches. Yeah, I was really into treasure hunting for a while. What's with the broken 8 balls? Never mind those. This was my respite block. From kind of an embarrassing memory, actually. Haha, more 8 balls. You sure do. You sure do like to smash them, John. Addiction is a powerful thing. You probably wouldn't understand. What are you wearing? Just a fairy dress. I wore it for this stupid thing I did once. Is that a rocket car stuck in the web over there? What's that about? Don't worry about it. Man, this would be such an awkward moment on a date. Again, if it was one. There's something really familiar about that rocket. Let's keep going. What the what? What's happening? Are we back on Earth? You tell me. It's my house again. Why are we here? I was having fun on your planet. I don't know, John. They're your memories. This is my dad's room, but I've never been inside it. So why do I recognize it? Shrug. I think there were some birthday presents for me in there, but I can't recall which birthday it was. It was your 13th, but I'm 12. Oh yeah, I remember this. There were these imps all over my house, acting all rambunctious. But why? It was so... It's all so hazy. Where's my dad? Sounds like some things are coming back to you. Any chance you remember me yet? No, sorry. Actually, where is this? Hey, look, that's my dad. What's he doing here? I've missed the heck out of him, though I'm not sure why. He should be safe at home right now. I guess I must have lost track of him, but I don't remember how. All I know is I have this feeling like I should run over and give him a hug. Well, just so you know, he's probably not actually there. Kind of like how my Lucius was just a memory. Are you a psychic alien like the one who Jodie Foster met in Contact and assumed the form of her dead father to talk to her? As a matter of fact, yes, I am a psychic alien, but that has nothing to do with this. These are our memories, and we are in the afterlife. I keep trying to tell you, it's starting to get frustrating. I see, so it is not me who is Jodie Foster. It's more like you are Jodie, because nobody believed her when she came home and had amazing tales to tell. Except Matthew McConaughey. Ugh, but it's okay. I'll be your Matthew McConaughey. Does that mean you'll believe me now? I guess I always did, sort of. I think I've been in denial about what's happening here. It's nice that you believe me, but that doesn't mean you remember yet. So if this isn't my dad, then where is he? He died too. You saw his body. Don't you at least remember that? No, not at all. I'm remembering a bunch of things, but not that. Then what? Do you remember me yet? No, I only remember when you contacted me and said you'll kill me a little earlier. But that was months ago. I do remember talking to some other trolls like you and playing this game, but this... and... hold on. It was on my 13th birthday. I was really looking forward to playing it, but it was late in the mail. I got some presents from my dad, like this big weird clown doll that I didn't like much, and some fruit gushers. Oh yeah, I also realized gushers were made by Betty Crocker. That freaked me the fuck out. Did you realize Betty Crocker makes gushers? This comes as news to me. Well, she does. Her villainy knows no bounds. Oh, he also gave me this suit, which I remember wearing for a while, but it didn't look quite like this. It had a black tie and no ghost, so I improved it. Actually, I remember dying in a suit. You do? But this was not the suit I was wearing when I died. This was. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. Oh boy, there's so much to go through. Alright, it's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go, well, I don't know what I'm gonna go do, but I gotta stop. I'm gonna take a break. I hopefully will stream. Hopefully we'll stream either tomorrow or Monday. Because, yeah, it is Friday. But, yep. We are done for today. We've read Vriska and John's whole love affair date, whatever the fuck. And then we got these 4 panels remaining. So, yeah, we'll get back to that another time. Not right now. I'm going to go lie down. Maybe take a short nap. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you do something productive. I'm out. Peace.